Hey everyone, it's Brew Gaming here, and today we have the new release of 3 more champions to the Halloween event. First up, we're gonna look at Madame Serris. We've already seen Harvest Jack in my previous videos. He's amazing as a legendary. He's an HP champion, but Madame Serris is an epic support champion. She's a dark elf. First up, we're gonna see her main stats. She's got high HP. Her attack is okay. Defense is high, which is good. She's gonna take some hits, of course. Her speed is at 100, which is okay as well. But let's look at her skills. Her A1 is called Panic Spread. It attacks one enemy, has a 20% chance of placing a fear debuff for 1 turn. This chance increases to 30% if the target is under 1 debuff, increases to 45% if the target is under 2 or more debuffs. So guys, what fear basically does is when fear is applied, it's a 50% chance that once the enemy has his turn, his skills will not activate and he will lose his turn. And what basically true fear debuff is the same thing as fear. Once the other character loses his turn, that skill that he tried to do will also go on cooldown. So true fear is just much stronger than having the fear debuff on. So let's look at his A2. Attacks all enemies, has a 40% chance of stealing 1 random buff from each target. This is really nice. This is an AoE remove buff from the targets at 40% chance. Skill up, it's 50%, which is okay. 3 turns, really good for just 4 books. Places a block debuff buff on all allies for 2 turns if any buff is stolen. Really nice as a support. Places a true fear debuff for 1 turn on enemies who have buff stolen. So if all enemies have a buff on them, it applies a true fear, which is, as I said before, what true fear does. This is really nice, guys. So this skill, guys, is really nice. It's a 50% chance, fully skilled up, to steal a buff from the target. She gains the buff, from what I understand. It does not apply to all your allies, although she steals buffs from all targets. Okay, that's good. So she gets all the buffs and then applies a block debuff buff on allies. This is a great support skill. And then her A3 is a 6 turn, 4 turn with the books. Removes all buffs from enemies, places a 50% decrease attack debuff and a 60% decrease defense on all enemies for 3 turns. Okay, this AoE does not do any damage. It just removes all buffs from enemies and decrease attack and decrease defense debuff on all enemies for 3 turns. This is really nice. This is a really nice skill, guys. It can be used for the spider. You apply that decrease attack debuff on the spider. She's void, so there won't be any issues with affinity. 50% decrease attack debuff and 60% decrease defense debuff. This is amazing, guys. For all places, I think, except clan boss. She won't be that useful in clan boss just because true fear and fear do not apply on the boss. But this will be applicable for all dungeons and for arena as well. And her passive is places a shield buff on this champion equal to 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn. When attacked while under the shield buff, has a 35% chance of placing a fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. This is a really nice passive, guys. So if she gets attacked while having that shield buff, like after her turn when the shield buff is up, there's a chance for a fear debuff to be applied on the attacker. This is really nice versus teams who are much faster than you and go before you. They attack you while you have your shield, of course, because at the start of your turn you get that shield, and there's a small chance for them to get a fear, about 35% chance. So I'm not sure if this is applied with the masteries. We can check it out once someone has it and puts out a guide for her. So the next champion up is Frankenstein's monster, or what they called it, miscreated monster. Look at him. First of all, guys, overall they did an amazing job. It's fantastic how cool these champions look. Just look at him. You can look at him for an hour and not get bored of him. He's an amazing champion, and I can't wait to look at his skills while in game. He's an HP champion and epic. Similarly to the one we saw before, he has an even higher HP than her. His attack and defense are quite low, to be honest, and his speed is much lower at 95 speed. Let's look at his skills. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 15% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Has a 50% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 1 turn if the stun debuff is placed. This is really nice for dungeons and arena. It will not be useful for clan boss because you cannot apply a stun debuff on the boss, so you can't apply the decreased defense of the boss. But this is nice. It's an A1 with 2 hits. His A2 at a 4 turn cooldown, 3 turn with the books. Attacks all enemies. Has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. It is an AoE stun. This is awesome, guys. At 3 turns with the books, 50% chance to apply the stun. Another 5% from the mastery. It could be 55% chance. This is really nice. Places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns, equal to the 25% of the damage inflicted. This is like a carry skill for the dungeons. If you don't have a character that can carry you through the dungeon, this one will, of course, I have no doubt that this skill will be so much useful. I don't know if you have a stun set on him, if it's a different kind of measurement. If first the stun set goes and then your skill goes. Let's look at his A3. Places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 3 turns. This is similar to Rearguard Sergeant's buff. Heals this champion by 50% of their max HP. This is amazing. This is double than Rearguard Sergeant's actual spell. Places a 15% continuous heal on this champion for 3 turns. This is really nice because he's gonna apply the ally protection buff on your allies. He's gonna get hit because when your allies get hit, he's gonna get a portion of that damage. But the good thing is he's going to have that continuous heal buff on him. And because he's an HP champion, that heal is going to be quite large. The cooldown is at 4 turns with fully booked. Passive, Spooky Groan. Places a fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn whenever an ally is attacked while under an ally protection buff. I really like this, guys. He's going to apply that ally protection buff once they attack your allies while they have the buff. Maybe you can have him in a synergy with Rearguard Sergeant. I'm gonna try it out if I'm lucky enough to get him. So if there is an ally protection buff on your allies, it places the fear debuff on the attacker, so there's no, I don't think it can be resisted. In the way it is worded, it's a 100% chance to apply. I'm not sure, but this is really good because the attacker is gonna have that fear debuff on them when they attack your team. And his aura is really nice, increases ally HP in the arena by 33%. No one is gonna use it, to be honest, because everyone uses speed in the current way that the arena is. So overall, this champion is amazing as well. Let's look at the next one. This is the one that I'm most excited about, and I would be so happy if I get him. This one is a Skinwalker. Okay guys, so this one is called Brakus the Shifter. He's an amazingly looking champion as well. He's like a werewolf looking champion. Although I have to admit that he has the least amount of work done on him than the other characters. The others has so much more graphics on them, but his skills, I saw them before, but I didn't really analyze them through. I wanted to do it in the video. Look at his attack, guys. He's an attack-based champion, almost 1,500 attack. He's a legendary Skinwalker champion, 63% critical damage. So you know that he's gonna have a great amount of damage wherever you put him. Let's look at his A1. Attacks one enemy, heals this champion by 50% of the damage inflicted. This is really nice, guys. It's like having a lifesteal set, so you probably won't need to have a lifesteal set on him if you use him in the clan boss. It's just an A1 with 1 hit, so it won't be that strong in terms of healing, but still it's a significant amount, 15% of damage inflicted. And him being an attack-based champion, maybe with Giant Slayer or War Master, his heal is gonna be significant. So let's look at his A2. This is the one I saw for attacks one enemy 6 times. I don't think there's another skill like this in the game right now. 6 times out of 5 turn, 3 turn cooldown. If you, it's amazing. It's a 3 turn cooldown if you have it fully booked. It of course needs 6 legendary books, but 3 turns cooldown for a 6 attack hit, guys. Heals this champion by 25% of the damage inflicted. This is gonna fill you up in health. Of course, once you use it, heals this champion by 50% of the damage inflicted instead if the target is under a fear or a true fear debuff. Okay, this is nice for the dungeons, but it won't apply for the clan boss. After the first hit, it has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 3 turns. This is amazing, guys. 75% chance plus 25% chance fully booked. So you can have 25% weaken on the target at all times. This skill will be so good in the clan boss. If you don't have a weakened champion already, if you happen to get Brakus, I suggest you fully book him because this skill will apply weaken all the time. Even if you don't book it, it's a 75% chance for a 25% weaken that lasts 3 turns. And with the support tree, you can go up to 4 turns. So you can have it most of the time up. And Hunter's Howl places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 3 turns, then attacks one enemy 3 times. So this is really good. It's a 3-hit attack. It gives a buff on your allies. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a true fear debuff for 1 turn. Has a 50% chance of placing a fear debuff on 2 random enemies for 1 turn if the true fear debuff is placed. So what he basically does is he places the attack buff on all allies and himself, of course, and then he attacks, placing a true fear debuff for 1 turn. True fear is the much stronger version of fear. It makes them lose their cooldown on the skill that they attempt to make at a 50% chance. Applies on 2 random enemies if the true fear debuff is placed. So if you happen to apply it it will be so much stronger because it will apply at a 50% chance that fear debuff on 2 random enemies. This is great as well. This will be great for both the arena and the dungeons. Beast mode, what's this? 5 turn with fully booked. Damage increases by 40% when this champion HP drops below 40%. So this will be great along with the offense tree with the mastery that you get 5% more damage when you're at a low HP. And then active effect revives this champion by 20% HP when killed. Immediately grants an extra turn. So guys, this is great because not only will he revive if he happens to die without us expecting it, not only will he revive, this will be at 5 turns. This will reduce to 4 turns because he get an extra turn, and he's gonna heal up because he's gonna be at 20% HP. He's gonna have that 40% additional damage. He's gonna hit either with his A1 or his A2 maybe and get all that health back. This is an amazing passive for him. So 2, another 4, 6 books, another 6, 12 books. Oh my god, he needs 16 legendary books. This is a huge investment, but he's probably good enough to invest all that in. Hopefully get everything in A2 and A3, and his passive is A1. I don't know how much damage this really does, but at 16 books, that's a huge investment, and you know how difficult it is to get legendary books. So guys, out of all these champions, I'm most excited about this one, Brakus the Shifter. But overall, I wouldn't be sad if I got any of them. Brakus and the other lady and Frankenstein monster, they're all amazing, and I will be so happy if I get them. Overall, the graphics in all 4 champions that were released for the fusion are amazing. Kudos to the team that developed the graphics for all of these, the graphic design team, the visual effects team, whatever they're called. They're amazing, and they should be commended for their job. So guys, this was the video. As I said, I'm overall excited. I'm really happy that they released only 4 champions instead of releasing 16 champions and having 8 useless champions among them, which were reskinned Gorgorab, for example. So overall, I'm really excited about all these 4 champions, and I will be so happy if I get any of them in the near future. So guys, put your comments down below for this video. Leave a like, of course, subscribe to my channel for more Raid Shadow Legends video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.